welcome to the fourth episode of the Tom and Gerry Show.
Hey, what's crack there? What's going on?
I'm Tom.
And I'm Gerry. I might sound a little bit different now because I'm fucking dosed.
Yeah, he's been smoking drugs all week as what did you say it was? It was
just
for research, was it?
Just for try them out.
Yeah,
get it all done, scratch an itch.
I knew when I saw you with those long Rizlas last week, it was just going to be something. Did you? That's the thing. I was only thinking, do they still sell the long Rizlas?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I never knew what was the difference between, never having smoked now, what was the difference between green Rizlas and blue Rizlas? And
the difference with those is the texture it'd be like different grades of sandpaper.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the way you kind of put it to me in a way I don't know.
Yeah, I knew you'd have... What it was is the blue ones are really soft. It was almost like old baking paper.
Right.
Those are for people deft of hand.
Yes.
Then there was the orange ones which didn't have the corners cut off.
What was all that about?
Some fellas wanted the corners cut off on their ones.
On account of what?
Oof, easy rolling. The corners apparently did make a difference. I smoked the rollies back when I smoked. Didn't make a blind bit of difference, any of them. The green ones had the corners cut off, but the ones were the long ones that were twice the length. I've never seen anybody smoking a rollie twice as long. The only people that are buying rollie papers extra long are smoking drugs.
I tell you, you can say what you want about Rizla, but they're really fucking cornering the market.
Oh, they know.
They know their audience.
Yeah, but I often wondered, would you not, if I was a cop and it was a slow day, I'd just hang around in the back of a spar
and see who went out with the
long Rizlas.
Because he's not just making...
No, he's not making extra long cigarettes.
He's not lying in a tiny little bacon tin with them.
And here's the thing. You'd see the lads who are definitely going to smoke a joint. They'll buy a packet of cigarettes and then a packet of cigarette papers.
Well, what's that for?
Well, I don't believe it's that he doesn't believe in the structural integrity of the cigarette paper that's on his gun. Yeah, double insulated. But that's it. Then nobody ever follows them lads home. So I suppose we plough on straight with the show.
We'll get into it
So
here.
this is the first part of the show, as always. This is our one we like to call Giving Out Yards.
Giving Out Yards.
And I suppose, as like yourself, I'll feel this one.
What are we giving out yards about?
This week is it's a simplistic enough one. Probably a lot of people don't really cop it because you'll see it and there's the oohs and ahs and comments and stuff on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and stuff. But it's the innate, absolute selfishness of these people that decide, or I suppose blokes that decide to propose during ticketed events.
Ticketed events such as concerts or
sporting events, these absolute bollockses. I was only watching one the other day and it was I can't remember what concert it was. I think it could have been Bruce Springsteen, but it was he's there and he's like, I'm just going to stop, just after singing, Born in the USA, and he says, is there an Amy Jakowski in the audience? And the audience cuts straight.
So this wasn't in Thomond Park?
No, this wasn't in Thomond Park. She was one of the Ryan Jakowskis. But it just cuts to this gowl of a woman. She's like, oh my Jesus. And your man's been at the bathroom or something, and it's all teed up. And the whole concert is stopped. And then all of a sudden he brings her up on stage. It's like, I think there's your husband is here. Somebody called Glenn. Is Glenn here? And all of a sudden this guy comes out, drops on one knee, and everybody's going, Now I know Bruce is known for doing a longer set, but say I go to see Neil Diamond. Neil isn't getting a late bus home. He is shutting the door at 11:30.
Yeah.
This is eating into his time. To 10. This could be in the middle of fucking Sweet fucking Caroline or Love on the Rocks or whatever, or the Rhinestone Cowboy, my personal favourite.
In order to see this shit going on, you might miss Cracklin' Rosie.
Now you're talking.
You'd have to cut it short.
Cracklin' fucking Rosie.
There will be no encore because fuckhead here had to get up and
what an absolute bollocks!
It's.
Have you witnessed much of this now? I mean, you do. You have to. You would have a good insight of what goes on the internet and all the rest of it.
I would keep an eye on the internet, and I would see a lot of this kind of.
Flash mobs were big for a while, and I'm fine with that if they don't get in my way. Well, I'm right. But I hate shopping malls anyway. So you rarely find me.
I wouldn't stop to look at a flash mob.
No,
that's what they want.
That's exactly what they want. Oh my God, the whole of Edinburgh Festival last year, it was glee flash mobs. It was all these middle class kids. Hatefully, most of the blokes' names were called Tom, but they were all like these 17 and 18-year-old scrawny young fellas. Like Tom Fiddlesworth. You know, all these,
Right,
they've all
yeah,
these
yeah.
total, you know, they definitely have 1,000 acres at home.
Tom
Like,
Chumley Warner,
these
yeah.
fellas don't have to be, you know, horse and logs during the summer to pay for college. Like, they don't. These lads are definitely, but they seem to be all flash mobs.
If I seen a flash mob take place in, say, the Blanchardstown Centre, for example, I'd join that fucking thing.
Would you?
Hells yeah. And I'd just do whatever the hell I wanted.
Oh, just to fuck up their whole affair. Like.
I'd be doing end of a wedding night, skids on the ground.
On your knees.
On my knees.
Yeah.
Tie wrapped around my head. And just acting the bollocks and kicking people out of the way. And if anybody pulled me on it, I'd be like, I'm part of the fucking later half of the flash mob. Come on. Stay in character.
Oh yeah, like you tried to train with the rest of them, but because you're simple Gerry.
Yeah, you know, come on, fucking back me up. Flash mob is one thing, okay, they're just kind of, they spring up out of your day, and I personally have never seen one. I'd say Grafton Street would be the place to see it.
It would, there'd be a lot of wankers.
That, but like, you know,
yeah,
imagine
it
that
definitely would be a wanky kind of place to do it, alright.
But this thing of proposing to the missus...
How insecure do you have to be to say, look, I really love you. I'm going to do it in front of 10,000 paying people.
Well, the classic one over here was the Rosa Tralee one, wasn't it?
Oh, that was some dire dose.
Jesus Christ, for my...
That was curl your toenails, eat your fingers.
It was desperate, and you know the killing thing was like she got one shot at being a Rosa Tralee,
and this
walk
motherfucker,
out, and he just fucking bounces up out of nowhere, and you could see on her face.
She knew it. He fucked it on her.
Yeah,
absolutely ruined it.
Thing was just like, I'm being a Rosa Tralee.
Oh my god.
Can you fuck off for 2 minutes?
Oh, yeah, I remember
that. Kind of put it in his head that this is the place to do it. You know what I see over in America a lot now? We see a lot of this videos of this coming over, the kiss cam at games.
Yeah.
Where you focus on a couple in the thing and, you know, you give them a little peck. And I reckon it's only a matter of time before we see that in Croke Park at the All-Ireland final.
Imagine that. Dubs up in the Hill 16, the kiss cam.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
not one you're going to turn your head to.
No, definitely not.
Some guy with no shirt on and like the Dubs tattoo on his large breast.
Yeah, spinning around to herself.
Full of caroling. Turns around.
Who wants to see that? Why is that a thing?
I don't know, but it's Americans. But that's the thing. Like, who came up with that first day? Like, who was on that? Like, I can't. Who didn't pull whatever about the kiss cam? That's all marketing and all the rest of it. But if you turned around to me prior to your missus and you said, "Listen to how I'm thinking,"
Asking the missus.
Good job, Gerry. Yeah. What were you thinking of doing? Taking her up to a mountain? You know, her favorite restaurant. What were you thinking of? No, I'm going to pull up in the middle of a game. I'm going to get the guy to...
Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah, Shamrock Rovers out in Tala. I'm going to get the guy that's on the neon board.
Yeah, to go...
Yeah. There, I would nail your foot to the ground.
It would just not happen.
It just wouldn't happen.
You see, I can see it happening in America, in American football and such like, because it's nothing but fucking breaks and they have to fill time somewhere.
I suppose, there's like 16 breaks in the middle of a game. Yeah,
what
right.
Have you got in a game of GA? You got like a 10-minute break in the middle.
Boys eating oranges.
Yeah.
Sweating their bollocks off.
You've about enough time to go for a slash.
Yeah.
And get a packet of crisps.
And a pint.
I'll be back. Like, you know, you don't have time. And I don't see how you do it, because isn't it half time in Croke Park? Isn't that when they send out like the mini sevens?
That's it, yeah. See, yeah. The little young fellas all run around after one ball, actually. Yeah, that would be. But you know, like.
So you want to be some here to go out and go, right, listen, kids, why don't you all just fuck off for 2 seconds?
Here's a tenner.
Well, I
fuck off and get a pink snack.
Yeah.
But
while you still can.
How romantic would this be to say that 90% of the people that witnessed you getting down on one knee and asking her, don't fucking know you, kind of hate you because they're going, listen, I left the missus at home so I didn't have to deal with romantic kind of shit.
Yeah,
and now you're slapping this in my face. But the thing is, the people that are actually witnessing you are coming back with, like you said, a fucking ham sandwich under their arm, a packet of crisps, and a fucking pint. They're half cut, and all they're doing is going, what the fuck is going on?
There's a time and a place for all this.
That's the exact thing. There's a time and a fucking place. Or like I'm saying...
I mean, I get a little bit uncomfortable when I see people holding hands in IKEA, right?
Yeah, like she's going to get away from you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know, but that's okay. You could say, you're not going out that long.
Yeah.
And it's nice. Or if you're giving
your girlfriend
a kiss on the train, like you've fucking never seen each other before.
You're off to war.
That's just, you know, okay, we'll give you... You know, we'll give you an inch with that one here now.
But
okay?
Don't make us all fucking witness the muck.
Don't be at this crack here of hauling ourselves out. declarations of love or anything like this. I mean, I can't deal with it, man. I really can't.
It's the level of insecurity. It's like, really, is this going to pressure a renter because you're such a bollocks anyway?
I think it's a sign that the whole relationship is on shaky ground, that he feels he needs to do something like this. All right, because like before anyone listens at home starts talking about, oh, but I think it's romantic. Hey Tom, hey Gerry, maybe your girlfriends or wives, maybe they'd like it. If I turn around to my wife in the middle of a concert, I said, just come with me for 1 second, I've got something really... I would draw back a stump. She would break my fucking arm before she'd
one
get
ear
up on
would at
stage
least be twice the size of the other fucking ear.
She would kick the shit out of me. There is absolutely no physical way.
There is no fucking way. I know it. Like, I know it. If I proposed to Natasha to fucking thing like that, forget about it.
No,
forget
it would just be a
I'd wake up. I'd wake up with maybe one tooth missing.
Yeah.
She's standing over me going, man.
Yeah, this is it. Get your shit and leave.
Get your shit and leave, you absolute gobshite.
Like, it's not like me and the missus go to that many things. I'm thinking about live events that we've been to in the past couple of years.
Comedy events definitely aren't where you want to do
definitely
it.
No.
That's my biggest fear, is that some motherfucker, I'm rocking a club some night and some motherfucker just drunkenly stands up and proposes to his missus, like, because I'm
It has happened.
Has it?
Yeah, it has happened.
Fuck that.
There was a night in the Sugar Club.
Right.
There's priors. There was a night in the Sugar Club, and it was like a comedy, sort of a general comedy / whatever, mixed variety night, mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
And a guy got up and proposed to his girlfriend smack bang in the middle of it. I watched a video of it online.
Fucking bollocks.
Well, look, it's not what I'd do myself, alright? It's not what I'd do myself, but obviously he just felt that this was the time and the place.
Like, is that the thing? Like, did the Sugar Club mean that much to you?
Did the
the sticky carpets of the Sugar Club
comedy night in the Sugar Club mean that much to you?
Yeah.
Were you having that good a night?
Fucking hell.
You know, and like, maybe we're just...
No, we're not.
Broken, bitter people here, no?
No. I wouldn't say I was the world's most romantic, but I know that shit is not fucking romantic. I don't know much about fucking romance.
It's the opposite of romance.
It pretty much is. Like, I mean, like today I was dropping the gearbox down out of a Jeep. I would sooner that be a time where I lean out from under it and go, here, I found this down here.
Yeah, come here, how'd you like a day out?
Yeah, how'd you like a day out? Tell your mother to buy a hat. Jesus Christ, like.
Oh man, so that is giving out yards about that.
Yeah, alright, we'll take a glass of water. Good God.
Holy crap.
Right, ploughing on, Gerry, because I know the bit that everybody waits to hear about.
This is the one. This is the horror stories. Everybody just kind of leans in a little bit closer to hear what's.
This is the one.
This is the one. Me and Tom, as you might know, we say it every week. We're both stand-up comedians. And every now and then it just doesn't go according to plan.
No, it does not. No, it does not. They're like anything in life, Gerry. Things can come off the rails. Comedy is one where it's got four, where it should have 5 wheels, it's got 4 rattly wheels.
Yeah, it is very rarely on any form of stable rail.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
And henceforth this section is called Worst Gig Ever. Holy shit, so I'll feel this one. Mm-hmm. My worst gig ever this week is a time, Tom, right? I went to do this stand-up comedy gig. And I went out and I told some jokes and people didn't think they were that funny. And they didn't laugh. And then I went home.
No, that's not good enough.
Not good enough,
not
no.
Good
because
enough,
you know
Gerry.
what?
That's not good enough.
That kind of shit just happens all
That's
the time.
pretty much, that's par for the course, Gerry.
That's not your
that's
worst
not
gig.
it.
That's
Come
not
on now.
even close to your worst
Come
gig
on
ever.
now, I want to hear fire and brimstone here
For
now.
a worst gig ever, it really has to set itself aside from that. Because you can have bad gigs where you go out and tell jokes and nobody laughs.
Yeah.
But they don't even come into the top 50.
Not at all, because that's only just 50% of the things that could happen. They laugh or they don't laugh.
Yeah.
We need to hear the horror, Gerry.
It has to be they didn't laugh, and then this other shit.
And then this other shit happened. Yeah. And also they didn't laugh because of why. I mean, so you told us a couple of horrors now, in fairness, already, like some juicy horrors. Like.
Well, this one might actually. This one's pretty bad.
You think it's going to top the last ones?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I want to hear this.
So what it was, I was drafted in to do
drafted.
Yeah,
I don't
drafted in.
I just imagine, you know, hello Vietnam. While your hair is getting shaved like the start of fucking Full Metal fucking Jacket. The MPs are standing beside you.
They fucking spun the comedian wheel and it landed on McBride and they said, send him off. I got drafted into a gig in... now, I'm trying to think of what college it was, because it's years ago, before I lived in Dublin. I'm going to say
Hogwarts.
I'm going to say minute.
Okay.
All right, because it was towards Dublin, but not in Dublin, and I remember it wasn't all that far.
Were you living in Dublin?
No.
Okay.
But I remember it wasn't all that far to drive to my wife's house, which is in Clonsilla.
All right.
So that would be minute, right?
Yeah.
That would tick all the boxes.
Yeah.
And it was a rag week gig, which we've come to learn are not conducive to comedy. It was rag week in minute. Would you like a gig? It's during the day. It's at 5 o'clock.
Great.
And I said, okay, I'll get off work an hour early and I'll go up and do it.
I actually, next week's one is going to be the exact same thing that has happened quite recently.
Tom?
Oh, no?
It's not going to be the same as
okay, right.
No.
Okay, alright.
So we went up and what it was there was a day out. It was like a big It was like a big day festival and there was a hell of a lot of shit going on, okay? There was comedy, there was music, there was everything, and it was in what I assume was one of the student union bars or some such.
Okay.
Slightly off campus. It may not have even been minute, but
right, okay,
we're just going to say that this is what it was. There was students everywhere, thousands of them. There was a marquee set up. There was all this kind of crap, okay?
Okay.
And in the marquee was the Rubber Bandits.
Right, okay, yeah.
I'll give you an idea as to when this happened. It was right about when Horse Outside came out. So they had just started to go stratospheric.
Yeah.
So they were the draw, but they still were only put on during the day. Okay?
Right.
But they filled the marquee outside. And myself and two other comedians were put inside in some form of students' union bar, which was a long hall with a raised stage at the end, which later on that night was going to host the Saw Doctors.
This sounds okay now. This sounds okay.
Sounds they all do, Tom. They all start like this.
All right.
And there's running and screaming, right?
Okay.
So the Saw Doctors were going to be on later on that day. I forget who else was on, but there was like a good bill throughout the day.
Right.
Including former Eurovision Song Contest entrant Mickey Joe Hart.
Oh, well, Mickey Joe, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He was going to be performing later in the
Saw
day.
Doctors, good God.
Yeah. So earlier, for some reason, they decided that around about 5 o'clock, that'd be a good time to just throw 3 comedians to the fucking wolves.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All right. So 5 o'clock came and 5 o'clock went. And there was nobody in the hall, in the slightest, whatsoever.
Were the Rubber Bandits still playing outside?
The Rubber Bandits were still playing outside. So if you had any heed in anything funny whatsoever, you'd be at the Rubber Bandits.
You were kind of half thinking, I wouldn't mind being out at the Rubber Bandits.
I wouldn't mind actually going catching the end of the show. There was talk of our gig being pulled.
Okay,
which in hindsight was probably the best idea.
How long were you in comedy now at this stage?
I wasn't in it that short a time. I was in it like 3-4 years now.
Oh, so you know, were you the hardest one out of the 3 of them? We'll say.
No, God no. I mean, I was by far the least of the comedians.
You were the greenest there, right? Okay.
I was the greenest of us there. Yeah, but we were starting to get an itch to fuck off home.
Yeah.
Now here's the killing thing: we had been paid already.
Oh, bollocks!
Which was wonderful. So you can just fucking...
That is fantastic.
It was just a lovely temptation of heading for the hills with the money in your pocket, right? We had been paid by check was the only thing, so I had this notion that
could I find a shop on the way home that would cash it?
Could find a shop on the way home that would cash it. And again, this little greenness and naivety that, you don't run out in a gig like that. Because you've been paid to do a job, you fucking do it. And
right,
that was
that
was like my main thought there. You got paid to do a job.
That was McBride's ethos that evening.
You know, it's you got to do it. But at the same time, we'd been here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and nothing was happening, and there was no crowd. And I was saying to myself, night's getting on.
Right.
I said, I want to go on.
Yeah. To nobody.
You can stick around all evening. I don't care. But I want to go on. I want to say that I did this gig, and I'm going to fuck off. And if I'm doing it to no one but the barman, so be it.
Okay.
And we were told, wait 20 minutes. The Rubber Bandits are wrapping up.
Right.
And we'll fuck off. So we said, okay.
Right.
In that time, Mickey Joe Hart came into the room.
With his guitar.
And his band.
He had a fucking band as well.
He had a band as well. It's Mickey Joe Hart plus 3.
Wow. So you should have been wrapped and fucked off at this.
We should have... Well, no, he still wasn't scheduled to come on for like another hour and a half, 2 hours, right?
Right, okay.
But he was coming on to do a sound check.
Yeah.
Simple enough. You work away there, Mickey Joe, and he went on up and he strummed his guitar and he picked away at it, and the lad...
What was his song again?
His song was, We've Got
the World Tonight.
Alright. How
Right.
how that fucker was going to fill an hour and 25 minutes other
Out
than
of
that
one
song,
song.
I do
Yeah.
not know. But
Okay.
so he was strumming away, picking away at one thing and another, and we could just hear horse outside, wrapping up outside.
Okay.
And this was the exodus we had been waiting for.
Yeah.
And true enough, the doors opened and 600 thirsty students
Christ almighty.
fled from the marquee, where there was no bar,
To a bar.
to a bar.
Not to what was standing on the stage. Then.
No.
Right, yeah.
They walked in from the left, the bar was on the right, the stage was at the back, and not one of them looked sideways.
All right. Hey, folks, how are you?
Now, some of the more drunker kids noticed, hey, that's Mickey Joe Hart on stage.
Where were you standing
I was
exactly?
standing at the back going, is someone going to fucking bring me on here?
Okay, so Mickey has to go, no, lads. It's, I'm just checking my sound.
Yeah.
There's actually a couple of comedians to come on.
Yeah, well, no, because Mickey was like, oh, how are you all doing there?
Oh, you prick!
Soft-spoken kind of thing, right?
You prick with your big Donegal hitting you.
And he fucking knew, because the guy who had was looking after us had said, okay, Mickey, you can wrap up and the comedians are going to go on now. So it's not like he didn't fucking know we were there. That was the thing.
Oh, the dirty bastard.
But all of a sudden, there's a little crescent of girls at the front of the stage going, oh, Mickey, play us, we've got the world tonight.
Oh, you fucker,
Play that.
Mickey.
And Mickey's like looking down at them with this little smile on his face, strumming his guitar, kind of going, oh, well, I don't know if I should play it because there's supposed
Oh,
to be...
you dirty bastard.
There's supposed to be someone else coming on now in a minute, but I'll be back later on. But, you know, maybe would I play something short for you while you are here?
Oh, the fucking bollocks. You see, the thing about Mickey is, Mickey knew right at that moment, these comedians might be around, tipping around, but I've got a very finite existence at this fucking crack in this one song.
Look,
Kinda can't blame him.
whatever he was thinking, he was not leaving the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm born in daylight here. I want to get up the fucking road.
Yeah.
So I walked up onto the stage, crossed it past his band, took the microphone out of his hand, and said, ladies and gentlemen, Mickey Hart will be back later on in the night. Give him a big round of applause. Goodbye.
And he's just standing there fucking open-mouthed.
He's standing and
With his fucking guitar.
Stares me
Oh
out
my
of it,
God.
right? He
Fantastic.
fucking stares me out of it, right? And he goes to take the mic back out of my hand,
Wow.
right?
Oh,
and
this-
I don't let go. And all of a sudden, I'm standing here in Minute, or whatever culture it was, locking eyes with Mickey Joe fucking Hart in front of 600.
You would have totally smashed him though had it gone into a fight, like.
Well, yeah, but we just really didn't want it to go that
Yeah, I
far.
suppose, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is
It's a
it.
pride
We're
thing at
in
that stage,
uncharted
yeah.
territory. So in the end, I just kind of went like, give me the fucking thing.
Right.
And Mickey just hung his guitar up and fucked off. And the band were there kind of going like, are we playing here? I'm like, Mickey, are we kicking off or what's going on? You know, are we playing or are we leaving? And Mickey goes, come on lads. And I turned around to the crowd and I was like, ladies and gentlemen, give Mickey Joe a big hand. He'll be back later on. And I got booed.
You actually got booed?
Back fucking wall.
Oh
For
my
not letting
God.
Mickey Joe. And the killing thing was, it was just like the 20-30 girls at the front who started booing.
Yeah.
But then everybody else was like, what's everybody booing at?
Let's all boo.
Let's all boo.
Yeah.
And they all started to boo, and I'm standing there going, I'm here going, so guys.
600 of them booing.
Roaring and shouting at me, right? And I'm here, it's like, so guys.
So guys,
Who wants to hear a bit of comedy?
you turned into fucking Jerry Seinfeld.
Fuck off.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
What
so
is the deal?
Who here's from the country, huh? And I was like, give me a big cheer if you're from the city. And they're like, fuck you.
Oh my God.
And it became like, why are we giving out to this man? Oh, he was going to fight Mickey Joe. And I'm like,
Oh, this is
fuck me.
fucking amazing. Oh,
I mean-
the other two comedians are down the back.
The other two,
Breaking their shit
they're
laughing.
breaking their shit and they're doing all this kind of thing. And I'll never forget, one girl kind of made her way through the crowd.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm coughing and spluttering here. She made her way through the crowd like as if she wanted to say, I'd like to hear a joke.
Really?
And she stood in front of me and she put her hand up. And I goes, okay. I goes, yeah, what would you like? She goes, I've lost my friend. Would you just make a wee call out? And I'm checking the watch and I've got like I've got like a minute 40 seconds gone, you know.
Oh my sweetie, can you? I've lost my parents in the supermarket.
Yeah. And I just I went on for about 15 minutes. Just
how the fuck did you go on for 15 minutes?
Just fielding abuse.
Wow. Did you throw any back? Did you try and actually plug them with comedy?
No. I didn't look down. It was like 14:50, 14:51,
oh my God.
52, 15 minutes. That's it. Minute
punch. You're out.
I'm gone. Left the stage the back way because I didn't know if this was going to be a fucking riot.
Oh my sweet Jesus Christ!
And I didn't even go round the back to the other comedians. I just walked out the back, check in hand, and got in the car and got the fuck out of Dodge.
Well, fucking done. Did it check cash?
Hells yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, fucking if it hadn't.
What became of the fucking lads or the saw doctors more than I imagine having to follow. Number one, you basically shit all over the place.
Right.
You took their Mickey Joe Hart off them. Then Mickey finally turns up, they're blazing fucking drunk. Imagine being the fucking saw doctors. Then I suppose, yeah, bailing, hey. I suppose, you're alright at that stage, I suppose.
It's not something I ever want to think about, Tom.
Oh, you poor bastard.
That is why it's this week's
worst
gig ever.
Jesus. That is fucking rough. Rough.
It's going to be tough to top that one, Tom, but I think we'll try it next week.
No, I don't think it's as the one I have in mind, or the fucking 20 I have in mind. They're not so much abusive ones. I haven't gotten them, but they're definitely ones that make you just want to put sandpaper on inside your mouth. You know, it's just like, oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah. I mean, nerve-wracking enough as it can be in the worst of times. But you know when you look in a scenario and it's bad, you're like, maybe it won't be so bad. But you get up there, it's way worse.
And it's way worse.
Yeah.
Worse than you ever imagined.
Yeah.
Comedy, folks. Anybody can give it a go.
Go, you can give it a go.
If any of this
it's like
sounds
plastering,
like fun.
Gerry. It's like plastering. Anybody can give plastering a go.
Yeah.
But bad plasters fucking show up in 2 seconds.
Swear to God, man.
Yeah. So, I plow on with
We're not really ambassadors for comedy. But we're going to rip on here now with the
final bit. The bit we, as you can probably tell by both our accents, we're definitely we're of agricultural background more than anything else. Very cultured background.
I didn't see a town till I was 20.
Tarmac was a fucking new concept to me. It took me to my fucking second year of college to realise what it actually was. I thought it was just a fashion term for a pair of shoes. But anyway, this last piece we like to call...
Every now and then we got out of the sticks and we spread our wings.
We did.
And we recount that now in a segment we call...
Culture's Day Out.
Culture's Day Out.
Now this is a we've been kind of ploughing on with like as childhood ones, but I just wanted to change tack for this particular episode because I have one where it's still very much culture green as fuck. Like
green is the thing.
When you're a child, you don't really know that you're green or you're not, but at least when you get to your latter teens and you start going to colleges and discos and you realise, Jesus Christ, I am fucking green. Like.
I don't think you can be green as a child. You're just a child.
Yeah, you're just a child.
Because
a culture child, city child, they're all no. Some kids can, like 3-year-olds can look at you and they give you that 40-year-old look.
Fucking
you know that look. Yeah. But there's this particular one was I put down my first year in college.
Okay, so we're...
I was still fresh. I was a fresh 18-year-old.
Yes.
But I'd only... Had I even turned... Yeah, I turned 18.
Not the fucking craggy-faced man that sits...
No, not the horror show you're looking at right now. No. Turned 18. And, of course, first year in college, we'd all gotten excited. I'd never been on a plane.
Wow.
Yeah, I had not been
I had you beat there. I was on a plane when I was 10.
Were you?
Man. Yes, sir.
Fuck me. No.
Propeller thing.
With an old fucking a Thwaites fucking dumper engine inside in the fucking yoke,
a propeller engine to the fucking... And I remember being real disappointed because I was expecting to go on like a double-decker jumbo jet to the Isle of Man.
Do you know why? Do you know what... what's his name had a great... There was a famous question to your man, Mr. Boeing. And he had this thing where he would only ever fly in 4-jet planes. That had quad jets.
Yeah.
It's the only time we think he would ever fly in. When they asked him why you would only... Sorry, Mr. Boeing, why is it that you would only ever fly in quad turbine jets? He says, because we haven't fucking invented one with 5. That's just that was as simple as he was never going on one of the...
We can lose 3 of these.
Those chicken fucking... Yeah, those chicken carrying fucking... Little fucking dumper engine. Yeah, fuck that.
So you were 18 when you
I was 18 when I got on a plane. I'd been to other countries via boat and whatnot when we were younger, but I'd never been on... All the boys had been on a plane and all the rest, but that was only sideline to it. We were all heading to Boston for the summer. Off for our J1.
Holy fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. We were amazing. We got on a plane, got half cut. the whole fucking shooting gallery, like a bunch of fucking lulas. Like, you know, can you imagine it? Like, all college mates, like...
Well, imagine it.
Just all... No one were gone for the summer, like. And mothers crying like there was nobody's business in Shannon Airport. Oh, it was fucking... It was like going off on the Titanic.
What were you planning to do in Boston?
There was heaps of work. We were all studying to be civil engineers. We were going to get jobs in the buildings. The Big Dig was on.
Right.
The Big Dig was on, and essentially what it is a new version of the subway system that was going underneath the whatchamacallit river, the big river that was there and all the rest. But there was a heap of work going over there. We had kind of lined up a couple of small numbers and all the rest, but we'd no place to live. But we said, fuck it. That's the least of our worries. There's a couple of boys, mates of ours that are over there already. We will find a place to fucking live. This will be alright.
This is sounding like a lot that happens today with Australia, where lads are just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I have enough for a hotel for the first 2 nights, and then it'll sort itself.
It'll be great. We see, this is the great thing about the J1. What they do is they put you up. They sell you an amazing idea of this thing. They'll give you a 90-day visa. They'll put you up for the first night and give you an initiation into the way of America, rather than just throwing you off the plane and saying, start it yourself. So they pick you up in a bus.
Some guy rob you. Like,
exactly. Like fucking coming to America. You know what I mean? Like, this is a great country indeed. You know, so we get in the fucking bus, head into fucking Boston, the rough side of fucking Boston, of course. That night we were up in the hostel. I looked out the window. I saw carjacking. It was straight up carjacking.
Drag you out of the car.
This is fucking ringing mammy. Fuck this place. This is
poor Benji got shot down.
Yeah, fucking old yeller. This is fucking... Oh, lads, I'm making my fucking excuses and already with the lads going, I'm not even unpacking the Hurleys, lads. I am getting straight back on that plane.
Alright.
So we stuck with it. We got explained to mind crossing the road boys because they crossed from the other side.
Jesus Christ.
One thing that fucking blew my mind is a lot of American cars didn't actually have to have yellow or white indicators. They had red indicators or white lit bulbs in the front and red lit bulbs in the back. So they just looked like a brake light flashing. That was the thing that nearly killed me a bunch of times. But anyway, ploughing on.
A bunch of times.
A bunch of fucking times. But we were kind of older looking children. Like, you know, I was old when I was 12. Like, but we got beer when even though it was over 21s and all the rest. We got jobs. The whole fucking thing worked out well. I worked for a fella driving a pickup truck, dropping off water around the sites because I had a full driver's license and I could drive a truck.
That sounds handy.
Grand job. Left us go after 2 fucking weeks. Anyway, but that was great. We were living on the floor of a mate's basement apartment right beside Fenway Station. And when I mean right beside the tracks, I mean I could have reached in and taken somebody's lunch off their fucking table out of the window, at the living room window.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it was that fucking close. Timber houses too in America. It shook like a fucker.
You lost the fucking film the first night.
But we no sooner lost our jobs. Your man, in fairness, he paid us an extra week's wages to say sorry. And it's the same guy that even actually given me a lend off his fucking station wagon to do my American driver's test down at the DMV. It was one of those timber-sided panels.
You're fucking joking.
I swear to God.
I always thought they were just made them for films.
No, it was about 750 foot long, right? It had a fucking anchor and everything. This thing was a fucking barge. But I took this yoke down to the DMV. The guy, he was a lovely fella. He was gay as Christmas, but his name was Patrick. So he's part Irish, but he pronounced it Patrick, which was fair enough. But he says, you have an Irish licence. I do. He says, yeah, we don't do reversing around corners. We don't do hill starts. He says, look, drive out that side of the car park there. Come in the other side. There's your American licence.
1, 2, 3.
That was it. With that, we all got jobs in security. 3 of us. Myself, Connors, and Kylie. O'Mahony, Connors, and Kylie. 3 fucking...
It sounds like a security
firm. I know. So we joined up with this crowd anyway. The oldest security firm in the entirety of America. They made their first money securing the train line. Is
this Wells Fargo?
They covered Wells Fargo. They covered Wells Fargo as their security firm. That's who they were. And
I just know Wells Fargo from watching Pawn Stars.
Yeah. Well, Wells Fargo would have been they were the whatchamacallit, they were the contractors to building it. The insurance or the security firm that were over them was the company I worked for. And we got cool suits. We got black suits, and we got just a little badge, the whole lot. One of the lads got stationed over in Tiffany's in Watching Diamonds. I myself and Kylie got this sweet number. We got this place. It was an offices of banking. So we were there getting initiated with all the rest of it, and that was.
Did you get a gun?
No. 1 or 2 of the lads had to go. Oh, I no doubt asked for a gun, but I didn't have obviously a license, so they didn't let me carry or whatever. But we did. We got to talk into our sleeves.
Shit.
Yeah, we got to talk into our sleeves. I swear to God, right?
Oh, this sounds amazing.
This is where it's fucking... It was pretty amazing, but on our time off, we had to find a fucking place to live. We were 3 weeks into sleeping on the floor.
On a 90-day visa.
On a 90-day visa. And I mean, we were making decent money. So we figured, we went and visited every fucking rental in the city of Boston, and every one of them was a tumbling down heap of shit. Do you remember the film A Beautiful Mind?
Yes.
With Russell Crowe, where he went mad?
Yes.
He was a Boston professor.
Okay.
We visited his fucking house to rent it. Now, at the time, I weighed a bit more than I did now. I was about 14 and a half stone. I stood on the front step walking in. The whole house tilted towards me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I swear on my fucking life. Your man that was bringing us around was this crazy fucking Doc Brown looking character. And he just went, it's a fixer rapper. It's like, no, this is a burner downer.
This is a faller downer, yeah.
This is a fucking match and a can of petrol into this yoke and fucking run. Saw every fucking place there was. Our hearts were fucking broken. It was really breaking us now, sleeping on the floor and lads stepping over you. You never getting to fucking sleep because I felt like getting up for a piss in the night and just looking, but having a fucking job too. One of the lads' girlfriends, anyway, she was over there. She was living with a gang of girls. She was on the search for us as well. She was finally beaten this day. She was sitting on the bus on the way back, looking all tired, and this old lady sits beside her. This is the story as we get it, right? Lads, I have great news, she says. I was sitting beside this old lady today, looking a bit knackered, looking for houses for you. The old lady turns to her and says, Darling, she was a well-dressed, kind of hippie-ish looking one, but she was in her 60s. She says, are you all right? She says, I'm not. Told her the story. I'm looking for a house for the 3 boys. Don't worry about it, she says. Bring them 3 lads over to visit me. Bring them over to fucking visit me this evening. Gave her the address. I'll put them up. I put up travellers the whole time when they're coming through. Pay me a bit of rent, it's grand. I'll make a few dinners for them. Can you imagine our fucking excitement?
High fives all around.
When 3 fucking rednecks heard that we were going to have our lunches fucking made for us, our dinners fucking waiting on the table for us, and all our washing done, and this one wanted to negotiate a fucking price with us. We said we'd sort... I smelt a slight raff. I says, look, maybe it's too good to be true, but I wanted to fucking believe. You know, that kind of way. We turned up in what would be something like... It would be a fucking road like you'd see in... Do you know those fucking... They're always the gorgeous family homes in America. You know those fucking beautiful roads, like everybody's watering their garden, waving over the fucking yoke at you. Right. Everybody drives a top-end Volvo. Like, this is just ridiculous. We got off the fucking bus to this place and we went up to the one. Knocked on the door anyway. She opens the door. She's wearing like one of those big long moo things. You know, like the... Hello, lads! She says, come on in.
Come on in, guys.
She was part Irish, she reckoned, this one. Sure, half of fucking Boston's part Irish.
I'm part Irish if you look back far enough.
So and the second she opened the door, I thought, Jack Daniels. Middle of the day, why can I smell Jack Daniels? Sure, look it. Optimism was kind of clouding me. I said, come on, boys, we're in. Walked in. The 2 boys, but not one of them under 6'5". I was the short arse of the gang.
Yes. In
the door we go. The 2 boys had to duck anyway. In the door we go. Walking around. Fucking gorgeous house. Unbelievable. She starts showing us around the place.
Looking for a downside here.
Would you like a drink? She says. I says, sup of tea would be lovely. She says, you'll have something stronger than that, Irish lads. So 3 whiskies came over to us in the middle of the fucking day. Beautiful fucking house. Stunning place. And we're walking off down the corridor. She says, I says, what's the story, missus? She didn't want to get into the ins and outs, but she says, it's like this. I have 2 sons. She says, we have another spare bedroom. She says, and you'll take the 2 boys' bedrooms, but the 2 boys are off to Hawaii, summer swimming or surfing for the summer, and 'tis them you'll be kind of paying. So we'll work out a bit of a deal, maybe to be $100 a week or something, and you'll pay, and I'll make your sandwiches, the whole lot. I'll be only delighted to have 3 Irish boys here.
All right, okay.
Still, now this is all coming up fucking Tom, fucking Connors and fucking Kylie at the minute. Like, this is fucking roses. Like, we're starting to get into the groove of this going. You are fucking joking. You are joking. Now, I met the 2 young fellas. They were about 16 or 17, a little younger than us. And they had this cagey look in their fucking eye. And the lads they didn't look like, they looked nearly too young to be her sons, but as it turned out they were anyway. But she kind of quickly brushed over talking to the boys, and the boys kind of were packing bags and stuff, and they kind of gave us a look and then walked away from us. And I says, all right, there's something off here a small bit. Walked on through the house anyway. She says, well, what do you think, lads? I says, Mrs. is beautiful. When can we move in?
Yeah.
Bring on your stuff this evening, she says.
Where do I sign?
I'll get you bunked up to be 100%. We'll have a mighty summer together. So we're all fucking high-fiving anyway. I'd forgotten about the weird look the boys had given me. Yeah. I shouldn't have forgotten that look. We head away anyway, this beautiful, right by a fucking bus. We were going buying a car between the three of us. It was going to be fucking mighty. We'd plans made, the whole fucking shooting gallery, fucking unbelievable. On the bus, delighted with ourselves. This is going to be amazing. Bagged up the bags, told the lads to go fuck themselves. We're out of here.
Floor.
Fuck you guys, we're out of here. Fucking floor.
Walking over me in the morning.
Yeah, god damn it. In we we land down to this beautiful part of New England. A bricked fucking beautiful paved fucking road. Midgets were in the air, there was birds singing.
Crickets.
Everything seemed fucking too good to be true. It fucking was too.
What was
But it wasn't then it hit us. We got a little closer, we got into the house. She says, boys, come on in. Tis fucking, you're lucky fucking day. In you get, she says. Man, I'll show you to your rooms. Now it is even looking better. We're like, geez, this is alright. This could fucking work out. Lads. So the boys, all three of us had our own fucking room, chucked the bags up on the beds, ready to go. I says, right. I says, do you want to, I want to make you a bit of dinner. She says, not at all. She says, I must show you the surprise I have for you.
Oh, man.
Down the end of the corridor was another stairs that led down to a basement.
Oh, Tom, this is fucking...
No. Hold on. We walked down to the world's greatest man cave you have ever seen in your fucking life, right?
Right.
Now we're still going, Jesus Christ, cursing and swearing because we're just shocked. Never. Miller Lite fridge.
Didn't even know what a man cave was at the time.
No, had no idea.
It's such a palace
I
that
had never
exists.
seen a carpeted fucking stairs. This was a carpeted stairs down to... A man didn't wear his shoes going down here. There was a television on. We were so overawed with the excitement of it. We didn't think of the logic of this thing. A woman in her late 50s is not going to build one of these fucking things for herself.
No.
But we forgot all about that. Off at the shirts, down to vests. We were wearing shorts, kicked off the shoes. Biggest fucking telly I ever saw. An L-shaped lazy boy fucking sofa pulled out. This was going... We weren't moving back to Ireland. We were going living with this woman forevermore.
Just ring your mum and say you're never
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, missus. Sorry. Fully stocked fridge with beer. And I mean a beer fridge. There was a separate fridge for grub. This was a Miller Lite special. There was fridges built into the side of the sofa. You're imagining the greatest time of your fucking life. She says, do you want to play a video game, lads, or whatever? The whole PlayStation is hooked up to that thing. She says, She says, this fucking thing was like a barn door for a TV. We'd all forgotten the weirdness of this scenario at this stage. We had totally sunk and drank our Kool-Aid. We were definitely 100% involved here. Never leaving. This is going to be awesome. We're about 30 seconds. She had walked out the door. We're about 30 seconds into our bottles of fucking beer. And about to play multiplayer of some sort of fucking shoot the shit out of each other kind of a thing for the evening.
Right.
When a man equaling the boy's height, but about 4 times all 3 of our fucking wit walked through the door. He was like the great Kelly out of fucking wrestling.
Right, what was his business?
It was his fucking house.
Right.
He'd been married to this one.
Yeah.
He was of Hispanic descent, this guy. He had a moustache that was thicker than your fucking arm.
Right.
In a vest he was. He walked in.
Okay.
He says, you alright, boys? I look something nice. Just totally nonchalant and grand in yourself.
Yeah, how are you keeping?
Thinking this fella was only in to fix the fucking fridge or something. He says, boys, I hate to fucking tell you, but she's after selling you a fucking red herring here. This is my fucking place. You can't stay here. Those two young fellas are my fucking young fellas. He says, and straight away it hit me. I should have looked at the fucking look that the lad, your man, gave me. Yeah. It was their old fella. He just happened to be separated from the mad bitch. She was on a heap of medication and was a fucking fully blown fucking alcoholic. Every second week she was bringing fellas in off the street to come live with her. This was a running fucking thing. This fella had to run fellas night and fucking day.
And the fucking young lads wouldn't even give
They wouldn't. They just looked down. They just went, not another fucking mad bastard thing Mammy's doing. Get the fuck, lads. You may as well turn around and never come back here. Now, in fairness, this fella walked in with a nail bar in his fucking hand too. I nearly shit the fucking bed when I saw the size of this bastard coming in. And he just took the bottle of beer out of my hand. And it was up at my mouth, like, and I tell this fella, no, you're grand. And he just gave me a look. Lads.
And could you not plead your case and say, well, look at...
I told him, he said, lads, I've heard this. He says, look, you seem like nice lads. And in fairness to him, he said, if there was fucking room here, I'd consider renting to you. But he says, there isn't, look around. I said, your young fella's not going to Hawaii surfing. What? Them two lads have never been up in a surfboard in their fucking life.
They weren't even leaving the house.
The two boys were going camping for the weekend. This one had lost her fucking marbles and had sold us a pure fucking red herring. So bag and baggage, back on with the fucking shoes, back on with the fucking shirts.
You fucking...
three fucking...
Connor, Kelly and Mahony are just like homeless as fuck right now.
Yeah, homeless as fuck. We told everybody to shove it up in their hole. Because, of course, we thought we were fucking home and dry. Out onto the fucking curb. I asked him, fuck it. Any chance of an out spin to the nearest station? Yeah, he helped me out with my fucking bag. That's what he did. Get the fuck out. Don't ever fucking darken this doorway again.
Jesus.
3 fucking cold cheese. We sat there in the fucking midges, right? Your man let us take the fucking beer for a finish. So we sat there with midges biting the fucking heads off us on the corner of this fucking street. All you could do was laugh. And all you could fucking do
was laugh.
We'd looked at 28 houses in that fucking 3 weeks, like, and this was the one that we thought was a fucking winner. As it turns out, the house we did end up getting was actually a fantastic house, but we quickly found out after our neighbours why we got it at such a decent rate. It had just been done up. It is 4 stories high.
Yeah.
There was a balcony at the back joining all 4 stories.
Sounds nice.
Beautiful. The reason why he was able to rent it is because it was called the House of Death.
Because
12 people had been killed there because of a balcony that was 40 years old on the back of the house. Similar to the brand new one that was there. Had collapsed like a fucking scissors and cut heads, arms and fucking backs off people. Only 4 years previous.
not only that, Tom, it didn't have the biggest man cave you'd ever seen.
No, it did fucking not. It didn't have carpet on the fucking stairs either, I'll tell you that much. Oh my fucking god. 3 fucking cultures. I'm convinced had we been city folk or of urban fucking descent, we would have smelt a fucking rat. Instead, we got so giddy and excited at all the shiny shit.
You just heard a bit of free dinner and you
Yeah,
lost
that's exactly it. Free dinner.
You lost the run yourself.
Yeah,
You're like, you want to
absolutely.
send sandwiches with me wrapped up in batch paper to work.
Yeah.
Where do I fucking sign?
Where do I sign?
Lady that someone met on a bus.
I can't even tell you her name. I don't know if we ever found out her fucking name.
Oh man, never leave the country, man.
I know.
Never leave the country. Fucking
Jesus.
And that's this week's Cultures Day Out. Holy shit, I do well to top that one.
Yeah, well, it's a bizarre one, but I just said I'd taken in a different tack because it's a story that has to be told. I don't think I'll ever get a chance to tell it on stage, but I felt I had to tell you.
Oh, it has to come out, man.
Yeah, it's the bizarre. Like, you couldn't.
I'm never going to Boston.
No, forget about it. And certainly don't talk to any
already.
old ladies on buses anyway, that's for sure. Like.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, anyway, we've come to the end of this week's Tom and Gerry show. As usual, you can get me on Twitter at Gerry McBride and
at Tom fucking underscore. I know. Oh Mahony.
really
I know.
underscores everything. Or you can follow the show itself on at Tom and Gerry show.
You're never gonna let it down, are you?
Swear to God, I'm fucking
pat on the back for Gerry for getting that.
Honest to God, I'm just
waiting for the call from fucking Disney.
Well, I have forgotten.
Warner Brothers, anyway.
I've actually forgotten the login details for it, but I'll find them. We'll get them. Don't worry about it. Other than that, we'll be back next week again with another show for you all.
Yeah. Until then, we'll see you later.
Thanks for listening. Bye.